Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane, and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the week of January 31st. Now Taurus, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Taurus, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram. So if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button. And just a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. And so if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. So let me make sure everything's in view here, Taurus, and then we'll get right into it. All right. I think that's looking good. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is all about attraction, and this can represent a very good sign that you are catching someone's eye, and not just in a romantic sense. It certainly can be, right? If you're single, you've been looking for somebody, it can mean that someone finds you attractive or that you are desirable, if you will. But it also represents that same idea in financial and career situations. Because the Queen of Wands is extremely passionate about what they do. They are extremely talented. And more importantly, the Queen of Wands can represent somebody who is able and willing to juggle all of the tasks and priorities in their life. And so that's a desirable trait in a person, right? Especially as an employer. Lastly, with the Queen of Wands, it really tells you to be your authentic self. Be the highest version of yourself. And good things will easily attract to you. You will easily attract good things into your life as long as you're being authentic, as long as you're being the truest version of you, not trying to be someone else. And so very nice energy to find here on the bottom. But yeah, you have a very good reading here. You have a very, very good reading here, taking a look. And some of you are definitely looking at resources at this time. Some of you are looking at potentially fertility. Some of you may be interested in having children. That could certainly be coming in the future for some of you. If that's something you've been looking for, if you're already in a relationship or you're just looking for that, that could certainly be the case. But there are a lot of different messages here, and I think we'll get into it now. So right away in the middle, you have the Empress. This is the mother archetype. Okay, and along with that, the Empress can be said that this is the most abundant card in the tarot because, you see the Venus symbolism here. Venus is the planet of luxury and wealth, as well as romance and beauty. But, the Empress also represents nurturing something, nurturing a part of your path. And that could be, a business idea, your job, an investment, something like that here. Also talks about fertility and prosperity. And so again, there's the two cards of fertility here that you look for with the Ace of Cups, the Empress, and maybe even the Nine of Cups showing up. And so that could there could be a baby here on the way. If that's something you're interested in, I just have to say it sometimes comes in. But also resourcefulness with the Empress. So it's really about abundance, harvest, and you actually have two major cards of that here with the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Sun, really. So pretty amazing here, Taurus, for you. You've been having some pretty good readings recently, I have to say. But at any rate, let's continue forward here. Now, in the past, you have the Nine of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Judgment card. So you've been spending some time here going through realizations. We'll start with the Judgment card. I normally start up here, but we'll start here. This is all about, this can be an extremely spiritual card. And in fact, I like to associate this card with spiritual awakenings, because this is all about going into a period of self-reflection, self-evaluation, and really asking yourself, what it is you need to do to get to the stage of life that you want to be in, right? To get over the hump into the final stage of the major arcana, which is the World card. That would be the card that comes after the Judgment card. And so it's like it's like basically like going into this major period of self-evaluation to get yourself there. And through that period, you'll have an awakening, or you'll have a deep understanding at an inner level of something that you need to hear. It can also just represent, really at the end of the day, you'll get the outcome you deserve. And you have those two cards here with the Judgment and the Justice card. Both of these cards represent you getting the outcome that you deserve here. Major cards of karma. Okay, so the choices that you're making are important at this time. It could even represent you being watched, like from a superior, like a boss or an authority figure, or maybe someone else, and not in a bad way, but it could mean that you're like ready for a promotion or a raise, and so be on your best behavior, if you will. But even more so, what's going on here is you're evaluating your happiness here. You've been spending time evaluating your happiness here with the Nine of Cups, Five of Cups energy showing up. These are in some ways like opposite cards. Five of Cups is like being disappointed, sitting in disappointment. And the Nine of Cups is literally emotional contentment, satisfaction, joy. It's also wishes coming true, pleasures, luxuries in life. And it's a big card of wishes. So it's like, for some of you, you're dropping this Five of Cups victim energy and you're moving into wishes coming true energy, And so, yeah, and I really like that, and I really want to see how this continues to unfold. I also want to bring something to your attention here. You have interesting cards in the corners. The corners are important for me, something I look out for. You have very nice energies here in the corners, so I'll get into that more. But in your current situation, you have the Nine of Swords, the Empress, and the Sun energy. So again, look, you may be going through something right now here with this Nine of Swords, maybe being trapped in fear, or being afraid of something, maybe even stressed out. This is a high stress card. This person's having a nightmare and they really think that these 9 swords are going to come down and hit them, but they never actually do. So it may mean that, again, I feel like there's this shakeup, like with the Judgment and Justice energy, where you're just like, all right, I'm snapping out of it. Like, I made the decision I made. We're going to continue. We're going to make the best of this, and we're going to move forward. And I know as long as I'm being myself here with this Queen of Wands, universe is going to support me and provide me and take care of everything else, right? So you have the Sun as well. So you have the most abundant card with in the tarot with the Empress. Now you have the happiest card, and perhaps for many people the best card to pull in the tarot. It's like the feeling of total success, victory, happiness, joy, and good things happening in your life. And what's really cool about this is it's in the lower row, which is the unexpected, the unseen, the hidden, the subconscious. The Sun is also the Truth card. I also need to point out 19 and 20, right? So you have these progressions happening in your life here. And, it's a card of truth. You actually have 3 cards of truth here. Truth, karma, justice, judgment. Wow. This is actually a huge lower row here. I'm just recognizing there's something that you can't see that's really coming forward for you. Powerful here. And so let's continue forward. Now, in the future, you have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Justice card. I mean, listen, so like this diagonal here, Judgment, Empress, Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is fertility, just like the Empress card. But it could also just represent an extremely happy new beginning that you're about to embark on in your life. Feeling totally content, totally joyous here with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups in whatever new path that you're going down. But I do have to say this diagonal is like, just, there could be a choice here that you make that changes your path. Right? If you have a child, that changes everything, right? And so ultimately it's your choice with the Judgment card. So you have to be really real with yourself about that choice, okay? You have the Justice card, getting the outcome you deserve here. Karma, scales balancing. Again, just choices that you're making here, rendering out. I think they're very good. I think they're very, very good. I'm just saying, some things you can't go back from, right? And you just have to deal with the choice that you made. You have this Nine of Pentacles as well, which is total independence, financial independence, abundance, maybe even profit taking, cashing, like really, really, really nice energy for your money situation here with the Empress, Nine of Pentacles, Sun. So some of you have made smart investments, made smart moves in terms of your career, but let's go ahead and continue. Now, if you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to check out my website. There's a link to that in the description below. You can sign up for my email list if that's something of interest to you. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. You have drum, dream, and journey. So you have two messages of dreams here with the Nine of Swords. Wow, okay, so you have traveler, move in a new direction, as well as Shaolin master, be graceful in movement and action. Yeah, something about the actions that you're taking here at this time are big actions here. Like almost like decisive moments, which is a message that can be read with the Wheel of Fortune. But you don't have that, but it's almost like that feeling of like you are moving in a new direction. And again, it looks extremely good after a period of self-reflection, self-evaluation here. So let's go ahead and see what else. But just the gravity of your choice right now is extremely important, is what I feel, is what I need to tell you. Like these are big life decisions that you're making right now. Not to put pressure or anything, but that's what it feels like. Get more information. Be graceful in movement and action, right? Before you act. Okay, you're ready, and a year from now. So who knows how long this situation will take. Timing's extremely hard. It doesn't mean that something's going to take a year. So just keep that in mind. But I get the sense that you are leveling up here, okay? And I'll go into that more, but you also have this ask your angels energy here, which is nice. Always good to reach out for guidance if you feel lost. It's free. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be a spiritual guru to do that. And so there's this thing with it, you're ready. And I think this is after you've gotten real with yourself and you've decided to stick with a decision that you've made, or stick with a path that you're on. And I think this is providing major opportunities, major growth here coming in. So you have the Eight of Cups, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, again, so there was this big choice here where you walked away from something. Remember, we had this Five of Cups, we had this Nine of Cups, now we have the Eight of Cups with the Lovers in between there. So you've, with the Judgment card here, you've said to yourself, okay, am I going to stay trapped sitting in disappointment? Or am I going to move into empowerment right now and walk away from what is no longer serving me? Walk away from this disappointing situation with the Eight of Cups energy showing up here. And again, I think that this is really this will prove to work out for you in a big way with the Empress, the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. But this has started with you taking empowerment over your life here, okay? And what's important here, what's interesting here is I said, like leveling up big choices. Okay, well, the Lovers represents an important choice to make, not only in love, but in life. It can represent very good energy between you and another person, but I get the sense that there's something around a decision point or like a decisive moment that's happening here. And whatever's going on, there's a lot of gravity associated with this, okay? Five Swords indicating someone who's maybe winning at all costs, but you may just drop your sword and say, you know what, this battle's not worth fighting. I'm moving on. Yeah, look, weighing options, Two of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups. So yeah, this just this more energy around this idea of weighing options, weighing decisions, juggling tasks, juggling priorities, especially with this Queen of Wands, which can also be represented there. Can represent, juggling or fluctuating wealth, the Two of Pentacles. And when you get that combined with something like the Empress below, what did we have? We had the Nine of Swords, but the Empress is below it here in this row with the Six of Wands, which is major victory, public success, public recognition, exceeding expectations, big wins. And so, again, you're on the right path here. It seems like Taurus, you You have the Six of Cups here as well, which is someone from the past potentially, or a situation from the past coming back in for review. But also notice how this person is stopping to smell the roses. Maybe trying to enjoy life, allowing the sun to sort of heal you in a way. Let's see what else we have. The Seven of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So very good energy, okay? The Page of Pentacles represents that your prospects are looking good in your life, especially as it relates to financial ventures, career opportunities, job opportunities, money opportunities. Your prospects look extremely good, especially with the Justice card indicating that not only do they look good, but it's because of the choices you made. It's the actions you've taken. With Judgment and Justice here, the actions that you've taken have resulted in this outcome for yourself. So you should feel good knowing that that's happening for you here. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, new start. Okay, new start with somebody. It could just be a new start with yourself, you know. Some of you could be finding a long-term stable partner, because the Four of Wands is a card of marriage, but it can also just represent new starts, because when you go from being engaged to married, that's a new start, right? It's a new start with someone else. It's a new start in your life, so forth and so on. And so I'm not saying, some of you though, like I'm not saying you're going to get hitched right away, like, but I'm saying, you know, there might be a new start here with someone healthy, stable, all that sort of thing. The Seven of Wands, something around trusting what you know here at this time, standing your ground, especially if you're like not rushing to have kids right now, or you're like, or it could go either way. Like you really want kids, so go for that. Or, you know, maybe you don't want them, so, you know, right now. So like just do what you need to do. The Devil as well here, which is potentially about issues related to control, power, addiction. It's a card of our shadows though, and could also be taking a risk in your life in some ways here, risky behavior. But you know, all of us have shadows, and it seems like you've spent a lot of time working through that. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. Okay, so you have main female, mature man, journey, courthouse, sudden wealth, thief. Okay. Don't let, look, you've worked very hard for an opportunity here of some sort. Don't let, with this toil and labor, don't let anyone take that from you, okay? Stand your ground here. Okay, it's your journey showing up in this path. So trust what you know here. I mean, you have so many opportunities. Some of you, maybe it is a divorce situation. I wasn't really getting that, but with courthouse, lovers, Five of Swords, Eight of Cups, walking away, main female, mature man. So yeah, I mean, some of you could be, but there's also like a sudden increase in possibilities here available to you with sudden wealth. You may even be moving towards, if you are looking to get into a new relationship, you may be moving towards like a more mature situation with someone. But there could be an interesting age dynamic too. That's a very specific message, but there could be an interesting age dynamic between you and this other person. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care. Have a great day. I will see you in the next reading.